Hello everyone, this is Lincoln's Prime, and today we are taking a look at the Jurassic World Legacy Collection, Yangchuanosaurus. Hey, Yangchuanosaurus. More like Yangchuan. I am deeply sorry for that. So anyways, let's get right into the review. Now to start off with talking about paint and detail, it looks absolutely amazing on this figure. Two-tone green looks absolutely amazing, especially when it fades into the figure itself. And the brown coloration on top looks very, very nice as well. I really love the rough textures on this figure. It looks absolutely amazing, especially just all the scaly detail that was put into this figure. I just really, really like how that looks. Now, my only big issues about this figure is pretty much paint problems. Yeah, they didn't paint the nails, any of them, and I think it's funny how they were able to paint the nails on this guy, which is a smaller figure, yet they couldn't do it on this, and I don't like that. They really could have done something about that, but they didn't. They could have painted these, which are huge, so that was a big opportunity for them to do it, because the rest of the paint on this figure looks really, really good. Yet they just skip out on the nails. I don't know why. I don't know why they did that. I could do it myself, but I don't know. But overall, when it comes to just the amount of detail, it does look pretty good. There is some weird paint splotches around certain areas on the figure, which I don't know if is intentional or if that is just a mistake. I honestly can't tell. That looks intentional. That looks like it's supposed to be part of it, but just some of these just doesn't sit right with me, especially on the tail, like these smudges. It doesn't look right, but it's not a huge deal when it comes to this. This was, however, I think it was a $20 figure. I could expect more from a $20 figure, but at the same time, the size of this figure can accommodate for the price itself, so I am fine when it comes to that aspect. This figure does feature a gimmick, but I will talk about that after the articulation segment. But when it does come to articulation, there is really only 8 points on this figure total. 6 points if you're counting the parts that don't really necessarily go along with the gimmick, but we do get 2 joints at both arms, so the arms can rotate all the way around full 360 degrees. They can move out that much and in that much and do the same thing on both sides. On the legs can kick forward that much and back that much, and this leg can move individually from the other leg, but it does kind of spring back in place as part of the gimmick that I did mention earlier, and the feet can swivel on both sides all the way around like so. So that's about it for the basic articulation. Now, I did mention, yes, there is a gimmick on this figure. The gimmick works in a few places, mainly the legs, which when you move the legs, the overall top of the figure moves along with it. And it does look very, very, very good. I really like how that works. But the main gimmick itself is actually in the tail. You do get a button right in here. I'm going to move that down. And the button is for the mouth. So it has a chomping feature, and I really, really like that. The other thing that the tail does is when you move it, the head moves along with it as well. And I think that is a pretty neat gimmick and pretty neat feature in my humble opinion. But yeah, so a lot of really cool features and gimmicks on this figure. You know, you could have them go up. It's a little hard to kind of get it in to do it, but that's why I should probably, yeah. So you can do a lot of stuff with the figure itself. It is a little hard to get it under control, but you know, you can do a lot of really cool movement with it. So yeah, I really like that feature. So yeah. Now, to give you guys a basic sense of how big this figure is, here we have him next to the Legacy Velociraptor from my last review, and he is a big boy in comparison. If I can get him to stand, there we go. But yeah, he is a big boy. However, Yangi here is not the biggest boy. That goes to Legacy T-Rex. But in comparison, here we have the Legacy Collection Yangchuanosaurus next to the Legacy Collection Blue, Berry Boy, and a basic necked Goji Boy. Overall, I really enjoy this figure. It is probably one of the funnest figures that I have in my collection in terms of gimmicks. It's a really good looking figure. It does have some slight flaws, but none that can't be fixed. That being, the situation with the claws not being painted, and maybe some of those paint splotches, which I still don't know if they're intentional or by accident. But overall, the figure itself looks great. Price point is decent for around 20 bucks. You can find this figure at a Target. You might find quite a bit of them too, because a lot of Jurassic World stuff tends to be available, and yeah, so if you can find it, I would highly recommend picking him up. He's a great figure, and yeah, so that is about it for this review. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.